The Taliban are a Sunni Islamist political group centered in Afghanistan. They were formed after the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in the 1990s. They ruled Afghanistan up until 2001 and regained control in 2021. The Taliban centers many of their beliefs on a strict interpretation of the Quran, the holy book of Islam. The word Taliban in Pashtun means students, or students of the book. The Soviet war in Afghanistan lasted from 1979 to 1989. The Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan to protect its sphere of influence. During the war, the Soviet forces treated civilians horribly. About 1 million Afghan civilians died during the war. Because of this, much support was given to the groups that opposed the Soviets, allowing them to take power when they retreated. Groups like the Taliban were formed from a piece of the Mujahideen, the tribal forces who fought in the Soviet-Afghan War. The Taliban forced extreme rules on its people, particularly on women. Women were not allowed to leave the house without being accompanied by a man and must always cover their entire bodies. Women were also forbidden from getting an education. Media was strictly censored, and many TV programs and photographs were banned. Their rule was incredibly violent, involving many public executions and beatings. The Taliban also had a heavy presence in Pakistan, imposing similar rules on its people. When 9/11 happened, the terrorist group responsible, Al-Qaeda, was hiding in Afghanistan and were protected by the Taliban. The Taliban refused to give up Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden to the U.S. military, and, as a result, the U.S. invaded Afghanistan. Afghanistan does not have a consistent national identity. People associate with specific tribal groups or family trees. This makes war in Afghanistan complex, as these tribal groups do not care about borders and travel the same paths they have for generations. During the war, Afghan General Abdul Razik Achazai, who fought against the Taliban and worked the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan, said that Muslims, especially Pashtuns, were all of one country, implying Afghan loyalties were first to their tribe, second to their religion, and that nationalism was irrelevant. The U.S. fought a war in Afghanistan for about 20 years. The first years of the war, 2001 to 2008, were spent on toppling the Taliban and building a new government in Afghanistan. In 2008 to 2014, it focused more on training the Afghan forces, and in 2011, U.S. forces killed al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. The war afterwards was spent supporting and advising the Afghan government in its fight with the Taliban. The U.S. also helped secure the border between Afghanistan and Pakistan. In 2021, the U.S. had a complete withdrawal from Afghanistan. When they left, the Taliban quickly regained control of the country. Globally, there are about 10.9 million Afghans displaced, most of them within their own country. To this day, the Afghan War is the longest war in American history. Afghanistan today is one of the most media-suppressed countries in the world. Many journalists are threatened, arrested, or killed for writing, and the news is strictly regulated. Mobile phones have been banned in universities, and all criticism of the government is prohibited. Heavy rules on women were reinstituted, and many human rights organizations fear for the country. It is estimated that about 85% of Afghans live on less than $1 a day. Some groups, like the Afghanistan Freedom Front, attempted to fight the Taliban with little success. Otherwise, the Taliban face little opposition. Mullah Haibatullah Akhundzada is the current leader of the Taliban. He joined in 1994 and came into power due to his victories in the 2001 to 2021 war. He has been ruling since 2016. Unlike other leaders within the Taliban, Akhundzada does not have a military background before joining. He is seen more as a religious leader, starting as the head of the Taliban's justice system.